Welcome back to part 6 of Pokémon Sapphire as a Nuzlocke on the GameCube. Yes, I do think we should fill in that last party slot, but from what I remember, we do have someone in the daycare. I didn't even do anything off screen, like off camera for the daycare, so it's just kind of there. I am allowed to use the daycare, I'm just not allowed to get any eggs. So, currently grown by 7 levels. That'll cost a decent bit to remove, but we should probably keep going, because I don't remember what level I put Hot Dog in at. Also, I'm pretty sure they did actually change the layout of that route there, because this is the longest path in Sapphire, or at least the path outside the daycare, and it's bumped into this. But other versions, I know for certain Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire have that changed, but I don't know about Emerald. For some reason I think it did change for Emerald, so you can go all the way. This is just a little inconvenient. Oh, you actually moved that time. Doesn't matter. Anyway, there's a lot of this left to do before we get up to a good level. I don't know if they're going to let me take or check the amount there. Anyway, it went up by another level, so I'll just take it out for now. I know this will be a little bit more expensive, but we can actually check the level. 15. Okay, that's not bad, I suppose. I should probably put them in again for a little bit longer. So we know it's level 15. And yeah, we need how many more levels? I think the level cap is 23. Don't put a second one. Right, I'll have another look at the level cap, because I have been allowing myself to do that. Like, have a look at what teams the gym leaders have, and all of the upcoming battles, just in general. Pokémon Sapphire. Right, here we go. Right, here's his Ruby and Sapphire team. Yes, his Magneton is at level 23. So that is another 8 levels for our Hot Dog. Yeah, this is a little bit boring right now. There's not exactly much going on. And I don't exactly know what there is to talk about, because I guess I could talk about stuff that I've done recently. I don't really know what there is that I've done recently. I go to Pokemon tournaments for the TCG. I'm pretty sure I've already brought that up in previous videos. But since the rotation happened, I've had to switch up the deck significantly. Well, entirely. I used to use a Copperaja deck, but I've since switched, because the Copperaja itself was in G block. So it just got rotated out. And so I've switched out to Arboliver. Or Arboliver. Which has a very unique attack. It allows me to choose one of my opponent's Pokemon 6 times, so I can choose the same one or different ones, including the stuff that's on the bench, which is really nice. Choose any Pokemon 6 times, any Pokemon I want, and do 20 damage for each time to that Pokemon. So it doesn't do the 20 damage individually, so each hit isn't blocked by something that takes 30 less damage, for instance. But instead it does like a set 20, 40, 60, all the way up to 120. So I just use that to bench snipe sometimes. Okay, that's 3 levels, we need another 5. But, oh, what was it now? It has another move as well. Takes, oh yeah, that move that does what I mentioned. It takes 1 energy, 1 grass energy, that's it. And it's quite powerful. Bench sniping is really good. But it can be blocked by stuff like Shaman in the card game. The current most used Shaman card is one that just blocks any attack that would hit the bench. Any direct damage that would hit the bench. But yeah, going back to Arboliver's second move, 3 energy. I believe it's of any type. And it just does a static 160 damage. And heals all status conditions from itself, since the bench can't be affected by status conditions. Under normal circumstances, anyway. I don't know if there's a past card that does that. But, yeah, the other things that I use in combination with it are Teal Mask Ogerpon. If you've been in the EX. So the Arboliver is also an EX. Yeah, the Teal Mask Ogerpon, if you're in the card game, you know exactly what it does. It's a draw engine, it does a ton of damage, so long as you can get energy on it. It's quite good. Oh, and it also allows me to use Noctowl. Just a regular Noctowl. Which, when I put that into play, well, when I evolve it from Hoot Hoot, it, if I have a terrestrialized Pokemon in play, which Teal Mask Ogerpon EX is, it allows me to search for any 2 trainer cards from the deck, which is quite powerful. But, yeah. What else is there in that deck? Oh yeah, there's a Meganium, which helps boost the power of Teal Mask Ogerpon, which it's done by doubling all grass energy on your side of the field. It's a neat little effect. But, yeah. So instead of attaching 1 energy, it is effectively attaching 2 per turn, in combination with Teal Mask ability, which allows you to attach an energy onto it, and draw a card. That's the draw engine. It's 1 card extra per turn, but it's alright. Right, how far have we gotten here? We need to see 8. 6. Okay, so we just need 2 more levels. Right, what else is there in... Well, I guess all the Pokemon have really been explained at this point. What is my ace spec in the card game for that deck? I've already forgotten what it is. I only really use the trainer ace specs. I never really use the ace specs that are energy. And there's never a Pokemon ace spec. It's always one of those two. Though, admittedly, the energy ones are a little limited. There's like 2 of them. And they're more of a new thing. They weren't a thing back in Gen 5, when ace specs were first introduced. And forgotten about in the next few generations. But, yeah. What is it now? What is my ace spec in that deck? It's not Precious Trolley. Oh, that's right, it's Unfair Stamp. Which is not an item in the mainline games, but it is an item in the card game. Which just... When one of your Pokemon has been knocked out during your opponent's last turn, you can use the card, and both players shuffle their hands into their decks, and you draw 5 cards, your opponent draws 2. Which is quite nice for getting a lot of your opponent's cards out of their hand. Right, let's check in again. Right, just one more. One more level, that's it. And I don't know how far away that is, so I'll probably be checking in on it just the next couple of times, and I think yeah. I was misaligned. We'll probably do the same with Zigzagoon. But, yeah. What else do I use in that deck? It's mostly trainer cards at that point. I think there's a single Budew in the deck. Yeah, there's a single Budew in the deck. If you've been around the card game, again, you'll know what it does, but it takes no energy for its attack, and its attack does 10 damage, and prevents your opponent from using items during their next turn. I suppose I also haven't been mentioning the HP of any of these Pokemon, but Budew has 30, Meganium, I believe, has 140, 160? Somewhere around there. Tealmask has 210, and Arboliva has 310 HP. 310 HP. Which is actually a little bit more than my previous deck used, which was Copperaja, which had 300 HP. Right, I should probably go check in on the hot dog again. 8, there we go. Right. Let's take this one back. It costs 900 Pokédollars. That surprisingly didn't take too long. Right, how much money do I have? I have to check this screen to check my money. Okay, 22,000. Right, okay, so let's put... I should probably do the same with Shedinja and Batter. They're 1 level off, 3 levels off, and a lot of levels off. So, how many levels do we need? So, 20 would be too many, 15, I think it's 16. 16 levels. This is going to cost a decent bit, but it should be a bit quicker since it's a lower level. Oh, don't put a second one in there. Right, okay. Actually, Shedinja can go in. It's genderless, so it won't be able to breed. Unless I have a Ditto, which I don't. Cool. Right, let's continue cycling. Yeah, I've come up with an idea for a very experimental deck that has surprisingly been working. And it involves Salazzle and Megalopunny. Though Megalopunny was only in there just to counter Cornerstone Mask Ogapon. Yeah. Salazzle, it has 2 moves. It's the EX, so decent HP. I think it's 260. 2 moves. The first one costs 1 energy, does no damage, but it allows you to search for up to 2 cards from your deck. You don't have to reveal them to your opponent, which is a little better. But the other move, it takes 2 energy. Oh yeah, so the first move has to take a fire energy. It can't be any other type. Second move, 2 fire energies, 100 base damage. It also poisons the opponent. It also burns the opponent, because your opponent in the TCG can have multiple status conditions. And it also switches itself out to the bench, so you bring up another Pokemon in the middle of the attack, essentially. Basically U-turn in the mainline games. So what I do with that is I either retreat into... Well, I use the move, and I switch out to either my own Cornerstone Mask, or Pecharunt. So the Cornerstone Mask takes no damage from attacks used by Pokemon that have an ability. It's kinda neat. I'm going to check in on the Pokemon here. But the Pecharunt... Oh yeah, I still need to nickname Shedinja. I completely forgot about that. But, what was I on about now? The Pecharunt, when it's in the active spot, it increases the amount of damage that poison does between turns by an extra 5 damage counters. So instead of poison doing 10 damage, it now does 60. So the attack goes from 100 base power to effectively 180 because of burn as well. And with Perilous Jungle, the stadium, it increases poison by a further 2 damage counters, bringing it up to 200 damage for 1 turn, which isn't a lot in the card game. That's also why Megalopunny is there. It can also help with getting a little bit of extra damage. It needs to switch in to do the most damage, though, at 230. In the middle of the turn, so it can't be from the previous turn or anything. But its other attack can also bypass effects that are on opposing Pokemon, so it bypasses Cornerstone's effect. Not that it needs to, because it doesn't have an ability itself. Oh yeah, card game. Not every Pokemon has an ability. Which should have been pretty obvious by Cornerstone Mask. Ogapon being overpowered if every Pokemon had an ability. Right, let's go and check in on these again. I know it's not been all that long, but I don't want Shedinja to be over-leveled. 8, so we need... Okay, so that's 2 as well. So that should be up to level 15 now? Yeah, 15 and 22. So then, what else was in that deck? I just added a Psyduck with the damp ability, which prevents prevents your opponent from using any ability that knocks themselves out. Which sounds detrimental, but since it gives you a prize card bringing you closer to winning, but it also forces their bench to stay a little bit more full if they're using Dusclops or Dusk Noir, which knock themselves out and deal 5 or 13 damage counters worth of damage to any of your opponent's bench Pokemon. Well, opponent's Pokemon, not just benched. Well, the opponent for whoever uses those two. It would be easier with a demonstration, but if you're in the TCG, you just know what those two do. They've been around a little while, and they were decently powerful, especially in combination with stuff like Dragapult EX. Wow. Okay, we need to take Shedinja back. Oh, cool, you can actually see their levels like this when there's 2 of them, but not when there's 1. So we'll take Shedinja back. That'll cost 400. And the other one was level 17, I believe. So, I mean, it was level 7 when it went in. So all we need to do is get it up to whatever level is required. I don't know if we can actually put Batter in there as well, but the rest of our team's now level 23. I guess I could also just decline the eggs. But I don't want there to be any to begin with. I don't know why the video looks so choppy here, but it doesn't look like that when I'm actually playing. What else was in there? Oh yeah, there's an Ethan Sudowoodo that I've never used. But yeah, it was only added recently, and I've not really done all that many battles since adding it. So it could come in handy to retreat lock the opponent. But yeah, maybe not all that useful. It might be useful in the end, I don't know. But, oh, what else was there in that deck? Oh, yes, the Solrock and Lunatone. They're in there as the draw engine for that deck. So, Lunatone needs Solrock to be put on the bench for its ability to work. You discard a fighting energy from your hand and draw 3 cards. Okay, so that's 11. So, how high level is that now? I think that's 18. So we got like 5 more levels. What was there? Oh yeah, I don't know what moves they're going to have at this point. It probably would have been more beneficial to check their movesets. But I guess we're just going to take what we've got. Otherwise, I'd have needed to level grind off wild Pokemon. What moves does Shedinja know now? Scratch, Screech, Fury Cutter, and Double Team. Double Team might be nice. I don't know. It depends whether we have to use it against somebody that knows Rollout or anything. Anything super effective. So you have Sand Attack, Bite, Odor Sleuth, and Roar. Odor Sleuth's not going to come in handy all too much. Nor is Bite written. None of these moves are good. Ugh. It only has one attacking move, and it's Bite. I probably should have just trained this up normally, but I was just trying to save time. We have Shroomy, as always, good. So yeah, I guess I should just hack in some rare candies just to speed things up, but... I really want to play this game legit. It just feels wrong when I do that. Right, how far through are we now? Probably not much further. 12. What else was there? I think it was just those. For the Pokémon. I feel like there was one more, though. No, I don't... Actually, maybe not. The items in that one. The base spec is a Precious Trolley. And... so that is... that allows me to just... put down any... well, fill up my bench with any basic Pokemon I want. Seems pretty useful, especially for getting the draw engine, because it can get both Solrock and Lunatone. And depending on whether... oh yeah! Yeah, that deck has a Shaman. There was one more. So the Shaman, I have already mentioned what it does. It blocks any damage to the bench. But yeah, the Precious Trolley gets me what I need. And there's other useful things in there, like I have 2 cards of Team Rocket's Petrol, which allows me to search my deck for any one trainer card. So with that, I can search for the Precious Trolley or other things that I need at the time. But since you can only use one supporter per turn, I am kind of using my supporter to use Precious Trolley. 13, okay. We're getting there. Oh, wait, hang on. I've forgotten something. What level does... what level do these evolve at? Oh, no! Hot Dog's stuck as a Poochyena for this battle. If I'm going off the things. Level caps. I haven't needed to do that all too much. I'll try and stick to the level caps. But, yeah. Yeah, I'll take this one back. 1,400. Right, so we need to do some level grinding. Just on regular Pokemon. Because you are now high enough level to evolve. But Hot Dog is too high level if we're going off level caps. I also don't know how far away you are from evolving. 270. Okay, wow, that's easily doable then. how far are you away from leveling up? Quite a bit. And I don't think you evolved for a little bit. I don't know. Right, Goldeen. Evolves at level 33. Yeah, no chance. We're probably not even going to use Batter in this next battle anyway. But I need to go back to the previous town in order to get the thing. And I'm not going through Cycling Road just because of how many Pokemon trainers have Magnemite there. And Magnemite terrifies me. After the previous episode. But yeah, where we can change a Pokemon's name is in the next town. I say the next town, in the previous town. The town that we're going to now. And thankfully this should only take 2 hits to knock out, yeah. Good. It'll take a couple of battles, but we should be fine. Right, Shedinja. Is this the Name Rater's house? It is. Okay, cool. Right, okay, we shall nickname Shedinja now. But I don't know what to call it, is the thing. I guess I'll call it Crackling. Because Hot Crackling I find tastes nice. Ah, geez there. Or is it Pop... Hang on. Yes, it is spelled like that. Thought it was. Oh, there's 2... Oh, of course, yeah, the start button is the start button, and then X and Y are both select for some reason. But yeah, Pot Crackling I find tastes nice, so of course I'd go with it. And let's also just quickly heal up. I know there's not much reason to, but we did take a little bit of damage, and I don't want to risk anything. And if we're travelling between towns, might as well do this first. Everything should be fine. We can move on again. Steel types are a bit of a pain for us, and the next gym leader has 2 of them. Yeah, Magnemite and Magneton. But Wattson doesn't use a single Hoenn Pokemon. Although, nor did Roxanne, I think. Maybe, no, she used a Nosepass, didn't she? Huh. Okay, so... Of course there's something there. Right, this should level us up. We only need a small amount of EXP. And of course, evolving is going to be great. Great for us. We still need 2 more levels. Mud Sport. You know what? I'm going to take Mud Sport. Covers the user in mud to raise electrical resistance. This is going to come in handy. Thundershock, Spark, and Shockwave. All of those moves are going to deal less damage. And we can probably get rid of Odor Sleuth. Because I don't think any of these have... Yeah, there's no evasion boosting moves. So we'll get rid of Odor Sleuth. Just to get Mudsport. And we can evolve. Right, we now have a Linoon. But we still need another 2 levels on this. And it's quite far. So what I'm going to do is check something. Linoon is... It's in the field egg group. Okay. And Goldeen is in the Water 2 egg group. Okay, good, they don't share an egg group. So Fast Food needs 2 more levels, and Batter needs 1. Ooh, and I should probably check Goldeen's moveset before we put it in. Peck, Tail Whip, Horn Attack, and Supersonic. Peck's not going to do any good. Not in this boss, I say boss battle, in this gym leader battle. But I need to check whether it's going to gain anything at level 23. It's not actually that far from leveling up, so what I'm going to do, instead of that, is... Let's swap you out. There are electric types on this route, so I'm going to move over to a different route. Although the route next to us, to the left here, has some issues as well. But what I can do is put Fast Food back in. That needs 2 levels. Actually, we're just going to do this to save some money. Just one of them. That needs 2 levels, so it's going to take a while. But otherwise, we can just go into the grass and battle some Zigzagoons. Horn Attack should be decently powerful. Yep. Batter is a physical attacker, so of course this is going to come in handy. Wow, it is just Zigzagoons here. I know there's other stuff, because this is where we got Illumise. So anytime we're in battle, it's not going to do all that much, but yeah, Roselia's here. And Budyu and the other one are not in the game. And if a grass move hits us... Okay, Stun Spore missed. Cool. If a grass move hits us, then we're in a bit of danger, but it's so low level, and Poison Point. There's Poison Point, of course there is! Batter grew to level 23. Right, I don't want to be horrendously out-leveled, but I think... No, I'm just going to stick with the... I'm going to stick with the level caps. It's not mattered up to this point, but it could matter in the future. We've got so much HP, I think we're fine. Yeah, didn't faint. All good. Just heal and move on. So we just need to see 2 levels on that other one. And then we can take on Wattson. There. Now lined up. Okay. Oh yeah, the other trainers in the card game for the Believer deck. Of course, you're going to have 2 boss's orders in there at least. The other ways of bringing other Pokemon in are like Hariyama, which only really works in fighting decks. Pokemon Catcher, which is a coin flip, which don't go for it. It's not all that good. And, what's the other one? Prime Catcher. That's another ace spec. It switches you out and your opponent. Oh, and there is actually one more way. Team Rocket's Giovanni. Okay, no more levels on that. So, Giovanni switches your active Team Rocket's Pokemon with your benched, well, with one of your benched Team Rocket's Pokemon, and it also switches out your opponent to, well, one of your opponent's benched Pokemon to the active spot. If it swapped your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench, they would get to pick, but since it brings one from the bench to the active spot, they don't get to pick. Still no more. Okay. No level on that. How strange. But yeah, one of the things I'll be doing in this playthrough is trying to guarantee myself a Kecleon, because I really want to use it. It's going to cause us some troubles, but I can at least guarantee we get it. Yeah, that was... I actually made a deck with Kecleon when it was standard, at the start of Scarlet and Violet, when some Sword and Shield cards were still available for standard play. So Kecleon was able to change types to whatever energy was attached to it, specifically basic energy. And there's, I think, 9, maybe 8 types available at the time, because the Fairy type wasn't a thing in the card game for Gen 8. It stopped being a thing when Gen 8 came around, because Gen 7 had them, Gen 6 had them, they didn't exist in Gen 5 for obvious reasons, same as the mainline games. But they just decided to remove them and lump them in with the Psychic types, giving a bunch of Psychic types some Steel weaknesses. But anyway, getting off track here. The Kecleon deck also made use of Alchemy, which had a move that increased in power based on the number of basic energy types you have in play, which is great when you're powering up your Kecleons too. And because of the way weakness works in the card game, Kabutops was an obvious choice to add into the deck. And that one... well, the specific Kabutops I went for was the one from 151, which makes it so that whenever you do weakness to your opponent, that weakness is treated as a ×4 damage instead of ×2. So, Kecleon was able to do... hey! There's the two levels on it. Yes. But Kecleon was able to do 360 damage instead of 90. It was pretty cool. And of course, I added Radiant Eevee, because Radiants were a thing back then. Right, so Fast Food is now level 23. What level, or what moves do you have? Please have kept Headbutt. Cool. You still have all of those moves. Sand attack could come in handy. I need to keep fast food alive, though. Okay, so Wattson's first Pokemon is the Magnemite. And that has Thundershock, Supersonic, Sonic Boom, and Thunder Wave. So there's only one thing that could potentially harm Crackling, and that is Supersonic. So we'll lead with it. Okay. So Crackling has what? Scratch, Screech, Fury Cutter, and Double Team. I think I just go ahead. Ooh, hang on. I don't know how much speed. Yeah, I am slow. Voltorb is going to use Rollout before I can get an attack in. So when it comes to Voltorb, I need to switch out. To what, I'm not sure. I probably should not use Protein. Because you have the same moves. I should, however, check for TMs. Steel Wing's not going to help. Bulk Up could, if anyone can learn it. Shroomy can learn it. Shroomy is a physical attacker at this point. But I need to know. What do we have? Mach Punch, Headbutt, Stun Spore, and Leech Seed. Stun Spore could be good, because you can paralyze electric types in this game. So it's between Mach Punch and Headbutt. Mach Punch doesn't do a ton of damage. Headbutt does. Mach Punch is boosted by same type attack bonus, getting it up to effectively 60 base power. I think that is good. Mach Punch is guaranteed to hit first. So you know what? I think I'm going to lead with Breloom. But the only issue is Thunder Wave and Sonic Boom. All of Watson's Pokemon have Sonic Boom. So that is going to be a problem. Fast Food has the most HP, but it still doesn't survive the same amount as Shroomy and Protein. Crackling survives a Sonic Boom regardless, because it just can't hit it. So it is between those two. And so if Voltorb locks itself into Rollout, Batter can come out. And when its HP gets low, I think it's going to use Self-Destruct. So I really don't know my way around here. Okay, that's locked. I've already battled all the trainers. Just need to push that one thing. Okay, we have one shot at this. Ooh, and I still need to teach Bulk Up. Or potentially Rock Smash, but we do have a fighting move already. So we have Bulk Up, we'll teach that to Shroomy. But what do I get rid of? Leech Seed is incredible. Leech Seed can help us get past Magnemite and Magneton. Keep Mach Punch. So it's that... It could be Headbutt, but Headbutt has flinch chance. Stun Spore could also be good, and so is Leech Seed. So it probably is just between these two. Bulk Up Mach Punch. Later on I probably won't need that anyway. I don't know. Because flinching is so good. Breloom's fast anyway. Is it faster than a level 20 Voltorb, though? It's the Voltorb is 3 levels lower than it, so we should be alright. So, bulk up. I think I go ahead and... we might have to get rid of Stun Spore. Stun Spore's inaccurate. Like, highly inaccurate. We're already going first. I would like to prevent it from, the opponent from attacking occasionally, though. So maybe it's Headbutt. But Headbutt can also prevent your opponent from attacking, but you need to be faster. Bulk Up's increasing our attack and defense, so Rollout's not going to do all that much. But the electric moves are. Self-Destruct is also going to do a little bit less. But that's about it. You know what? Get rid of Headbutt. It doesn't even confirm it, or ask us to confirm it. It just does it. Actually, there's one other thing. Rock Smash. Give that to Fast Food. Hot Dog could also learn it, though. Hot Dog doesn't really have all that much to do, but once we get that, we're not going to be able to unlearn it for a long time. So I'd rather just give it to you. Because you also don't really have all that much. You have Cut and Headbutt. Mud Sport's nice. Can't get rid of Cut, is the thing. Yeah. If I want a normal move, I could just use Cut. Headbutt is really good, though. But then there's Sand Attack. I think it has to be Headbutt. Rock Smash isn't... No, we're getting rid of Sand Attack. We're getting rid of Sand Attack, that's it. Okay, so given the chance, I can probably... start boosting myself. Like my own stats. So there's the Magnemite, level 22. Shroomy's there. So what we can do is Stun Spore it, and miss. Because of course. There's Thunder Wave. We're paralysed now. And there's a Thunder Shock, which doesn't do too much. But we've got a Stun Spore off now. Missing the first move wasn't great. Now I think we set up a Leech Seed. Ooh, okay. It's already using Sonic Boom. We have to go in for a Mach Punch. Right. That one-shots already. Voltorb. You also have those. You've not confused us yet. That's good. I think I go for a Bulk Up here. Sparks, fine. We've hit a Bulk Up. We don't go down to anything now. So I'm gonna Mach Punch here. Cool. We're not quite there. There's Magneton. Mach Punch again. What was I worried about? Okay. Cool, we got through Wattson. And Shroomy just soloed the entire thing. I think that one Bulk Up may have actually mattered. but we did bring everyone back up to the same... well, back up to the previous level cap now. Shockwave. Okay. A move that never misses. But who can learn it? Only fast food. Oh no. Right, let's return to the Pokemon Center and just save there, because I think we are all good. The next stretch of the story is quite a bit of a long one. Actually, there is one more thing we can do. It shouldn't take too long, so I might as well go and do it. It's in a location we've already been to, and it's something we need. So if we head over this way, now that we have the ability to use Rock Smash outside of battle, we'd need to teach Rock Smash to someone anyway. But in here is both an item and that. And since we've already had an encounter from here, and Whismur is the only thing in here, we can just defeat it. It's level 5. Let's grab this item, a Max Ether, and let's grab... never mind, let's... I was going to say let's grab another HM, but clearly this level 6 Whismur does not respect me enough. Yes, use Rock Smash. And there we go, we have the HM for Strength, which will come in handy later. It's a decently powerful normal type move. So there's that, and actually I need to check something. Have we gone left out of here? Into this little space on Route 116? We have not. I would have collected the HP up that's up here. Right, and we found some black glasses. And those black glasses could help. Anyway, he's looking for his glasses while they're on his face. And now we have another useful item. Oh yeah, I do actually have 2 rare candies. Soft Sand isn't really going to help us all that much. The Hard Stone as well. Give the black glasses to Hot Dog, since you're the one with the dark move. We could have grabbed that before Wattson, and I probably should have, just to maximise our chances of actually beating him. But we beat him anyway with 1 Pokemon. A Breloom solo run could probably do decently. But, yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's head back over to Moorville. Because we need to head north of Moorville for the next section. But let's stop at the Pokemon Center first. And I think I'm going to leave it here for today. So I'll just save here, and I've been Luke, playing Pokemon Sapphire as a Nuzlocke. Signing out.